During the 1970s, why did the Soviet Union's economy begin to decline? That's a good question. All right, so the fall of the Soviet Union. The fall of the Soviet Union honestly was economic. It was poorly governed. In the right hands, it might have prevailed because, or it might have, excelled, succeeded. Because look at China. China's doing well. China's still, it's 2000, what, 19? It's actually 2020. Um, and China is is an amazing economy. Number one producer in the world, actually. All right, so here we go. So the Soviet Union's economy began to decline due to exhausting their inputs. Russian technology was outdated, and the centralized government restrained others from becoming innovative. All right, so in my previous video, I told you always invest in your middle class, educate your middle class, take care of your young ones, and make sure they're well educated because they're the future, one. And the second thing is they can keep up with the technology and they can enhance your technology, create new forms of technology, and it's just, they adapt quick to society, right? So that's one thing. When you restrain your your middle class or your working class, right? To just work. Okay, that's good. Your production is high. But remember, you want to keep your production and your demand equal, all right? You don't want to overproduce because then you have a whole, a lot of material just sitting there collecting dust or even rotting. So it's always good to produce on demand. All right, now we have Russian technology was outdated. Once again, this has to go back. This goes back with the poor educated middle class. Had they had they invested, their their money in teachers and the correct classes to teach young ones, these individuals might have, created the next, who knows, AI Autobot, things like that, or AI, robot, things like that. All right, so then a centralized government restrained others from becoming innovative. That's right. So here, with the centralized government in socialism, you have a lot of constraints on on your citizens. They kind of don't. They can't voice their opinions, right? This could lead. This can be a good thing. This can be a bad thing. Eventually, when the Soviet Union decided to allow others to voice their opinion, it kind of was like a backfire to them because they were like, "Hey, look, listen, socialism is not working out for us. We can't own anything. We just don't like the way this government is." All right, and then it says here the Soviet Union's economy began to decline due to exhausting their inputs. Right, so you're investing so much money, all right, but you're not receiving any money. You're not exporting. You're not selling. All right. So then that's one thing. You're also um, overworking your your middle class. Once again, you're still not exporting. All right. You're not selling. Okay. But eventually, um, it's kind of like what goes around comes around. So if you're not selling, you're gonna have to, lay off these workers. Right now, they stay at home. They don't do anything. All right. Moving along, your materials. All right. If you don't have the raw materials to make uh, any products, right? Because you're laying off everybody. It's all like a domino effect at this point, right? And that these are all little factors that led to the fall of the Soviet Union. It was mainly economic. They couldn't keep up with the United States and their capitalist economy.